What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Phase 6, your source for music, business, motivation, and support. It's your boy, Sirr Love. We got another dope topic. We're still talking about the Tupac movie, All Eyes on Me. If you guys seen that movie, then you understand that Tupac had a little altercation with Suge Knight over some money, over a deal. The question is, how could Pac have beat Suge Knight in this deal, right? He was in a situation in which he was in debt to Suge, but he could have beat him. There's a lot of different ways to beat him. Let's talk about that, just in case any of you artists are out there ever end up in this scenario and you're saying, what could I have done? What could Pac have done? Let's talk about it. Phase 6. All right, so if you don't understand why he was in this situation, watch the previous video that I just put up about recoupables and why he was in this situation in the first place. I try to be as accurate as I can be with the numbers, but the numbers, according to the data and information that's online, are all over the place, and I'm not about to spend forever studying that stuff, but I wanted to make sure that I gave you a general picture, right? But he's in a situation now. He's in a situation where he owes Suge Knight money due to his recoupables. So he can't technically leave until he pays that money back, even though he's out of his contract. So what are some things that he could have done to help himself out, to get out the deal? Well, there's a couple different things. So these are the ideas that I immediately had. Now, a lot of these things he couldn't do on his own. He would need some type of help or assistance to set this up, all right? Thing that he could have done, number one, simplest thing to do is just to pay the man. You know what I'm saying? If you have the excess funds in your account, however much you owe, take them out, pay the person, walk away from the situation. Now, it's normally not that easy. Normally, artists don't want to do that. Sometimes the label might not even accept it that way. I don't know. So, but that's the most common sense option. If you're in debt, pay your bill. All right? Number two. Second way he could have got out of it, you just released All Eyes on Me. It was a smash. It was crazy. It did numbers. It had singles after singles after singles. It had singles plus the album did good. The single sold and the album sold. You made crazy money for the label in the situation. Easy thing to do is to repackage the exact same album and drop it again, right? You can drop the exact same album again as a exclusive version. You change the album cover. You add a couple more songs to it, call it deluxe. It's already a two disc album. You can add another disc to it, re-release it, put 5 or 6 more songs on there, right? Maybe do some exclusive package where like this album costs $50 because it's the collector's edition or some shit like that, right? He could have done that, re-released the exact same product, and this time say, I don't want any cut or anything like that, all the money, let it go to pay my recoupables off. His recoupables are paid off, and now he can go out and do whatever he wants to do, right? So re-releasing the project as a special edition. 3 in the same, I guess this is not really 3, this is more like 2B. He could have re-released it as a remix version. He could have brought a whole bunch of different people on to remix different records and release another version of it again. That's cool, right? He probably wouldn't have done that because that was like an East Coast thing. You know, Diddy kind of started that with Bad Boy, and it probably wouldn't have been in their character to do so, but that was an option. Let's go to 3. Your contract is up. You can renegotiate. You can renegotiate a new contract. Maybe do another contract for just 2 albums this time. You do 2 albums, but now that you're renegotiating, you can get more leverage. You can get more ownership. You can get a higher artist royalty. Now, when you drop your next album, it's way easier to pay off. All those expenses, and you can be more cognizant of what you're spending, since now, for the first time, you're aware that they're tracking everything that's going on, and that you're not that you haven't been managing your money right? Hire business manager or accountant or CPA of some type, and have them help, enforce some budgets and things of that nature. Now, for a rock star that's 25 years old, that type of responsibility may be hard to reach. So at least, renegotiating puts you in a situation in which now you can make your money back doing what you love to do. But if you watch the movie, Pac was really into being his own boss. He didn't want to just be the minion anymore. He wanted to be in power. The only thing about it, when you watch the movie, I'm not sure how it was in real life, but according to the movie, it seemed as if he didn't quite understand the business yet. The fact that you're getting called into a recoupables meeting and you're looking really, really lost, and now you're in a situation where you have to go and stay with the company another way, lets us know that he might not have been prepared for the business yet. Smart guy, really intelligent guy. Pretty sure he could have learned the business. I talked about in the last video, you know, if you look at him, you look at someone like Jay-Z, you know, both of them being very intelligent individuals, and even though they came from a hard life, you know, Jay was able to do a lot. I believe that Pac had that same type of ambition in him. However, you know, Jay came in the game later. Pac, you know, was 25 when he passed away. So, you know, he possibly didn't reach that business maturity yet to be able to better take care of himself as he wanted to be that boss figure. You know, early in the movie, he was yelling and complaining over his money from Interscope Records. So let's just put that in perspective, okay? So I personally think that he still would have needed some type of partner that knew the business, someone that could have been a mentor and started teaching him the business, and thus he could have done a JV deal, which is a joint venture deal. He could have done a joint venture with Suge, which is kind of what he did. He took Death Row East, which was really Suge expanding the empire and putting him and making him the president of it. But he didn't have to do that. He could have just done a joint venture and said, listen, I want to start my own company. I'm gonna run my company under your company, who's ran under Interscope. That happens all the time in today's market. He could have been his own boss, and he still would have had his joint venture, his partner, Suge, on the backside, making sure to get their money and doing all the different business functions that he was providing for the organization. And it could have been a great situation for him, right? On the flip, he could have done that JV deal with anybody. You're the hottest thing in the game right now. He could have went anywhere and done a JV deal, and the other label would have picked up those expenses and paid off those recoupables. It's cool. You know, he could have completely done that. Now, when you look at how Suge treated Dre, and Dre wanted to leave, Dre had to relinquish a lot of his royalties and ownerships and things of that nature just to get out of his deal. Maybe Pac would have been in the same situation, but Dre did pretty good afterwards. Pac could have made the same move and could have done really good afterwards. He could have just literally, you know, walked away, said, look, I'm going to another label. I'm gonna start my own thing with whoever on a JV deal, and we'll pay you back what we owe you, and I'm gonna start my own thing and do what I do, right? These are all different options that he could have taken, you know, instead of getting down with the Death Row East thing. However, Pac is a real loyal dude. At least that's what's said about him. He said he was a real loyal dude and that he looked out for people, things of that nature. He probably didn't want to leave his homies behind if he indeed did have that great relationship with him. There's some people that say him and Suge had a horrible relationship at the end. There's other people that said they had a great relationship. I'm not sure, but what I do know is those recoupables put him in the hole. Remember this, anytime you're in a record deal and someone gives you something, it is not a gift. You're paying for it indirectly. So don't accept things that you don't want to pay for. And I know it's kind of devious, it sounds deceitful, you know, in a way, but I mean, that's the way it goes. You know, as far as business is concerned, if you were in another company, that'll be a tax write-off. If you buy a gift for someone else for business purposes, that's a tax write-off. It's a gift, but it's a part of doing business. You know, I'm not doing it out of kindness of my heart. It's partial my heart. It's partial my business interest. I want you to be happy. I have to wine and dine and snooze you to keep you interested. That's regular, especially in fields like sales and things of that nature. So this is sales. This is how you get, you know, I want to keep you here. Let me show you a lifestyle. Let me do all these different things to keep you excited. At the end of the day, you know, the expenses on you. That's the whack part about the music business. In other you know, industries, you know, you just kind of write that off in your taxes. But in the music business, you know, artists got to eat it. And that's a part of what keeps the artist locked down at the label. So I hope this video helped you guys out a lot. It's your boy Sir Love. I don't know everything, but I know a lot about a little and a little about a lot. I just gave you guys 2 videos on Pac, All Eyes on Me. The movie was decent. It wasn't great. It wasn't horrible. It was in the middle. And I'm biased because there were too many scenes in Atlanta, and I'm from Atlanta, and it was fucking up the whole vibe for me. I'm trying to see Cali and Boston and all these places, and all I see is Piedmont Park. It was just throwing me off. But I encourage you guys to go watch the movie. I encourage you guys to check me out on www.phasevi.com. Watch more videos, learn more about the business. That's what I do. Share this stuff. Tell other people we exist, that this business is out here, and you can learn this stuff. Your boy Sir Love. I don't know everything, know a lot about a little and a little about a lot. Give you guys everything I got. I'm out.
Come on and face it. If you need some marketing motivation, you can learn to transform your life and build your own empire. With Sir Love.
Real talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, I said real talk. I said real talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, no chase.
Yeah. Sirr Love.